Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sixer Sense podcast. I'm your host Lucas with Chris, and we are recording on All-Star Weekend. To be clear, we are not recording on Valentine's Day because, of course, my girlfriend would be furious with me. But that's okay, because we are recording right after Matt Ishbia apparently hit a rainbow shot over 7'6" Taco Fall. Chris, how are you enjoying the All-Star so far?
I frankly have not turned on the celebrity game, so
I did not either. I just saw the highlights on my
yeah, I saw Taco Fall do a 360 dunk on Twitter, so that's the extent of my
Is Taco Fall really a celebrity, or did they let's just get the tallest dude that we know?
I mean, he's like semi-famous, right, in NBA circles because he's tall. People remember him. Yeah, well, this is a special episode, Lucas. I would encourage everyone to stay tuned until the end for a quick phone conversation I had with Jared McCain, former Sixers guard. That was very fun. But for now, we're going to start with a couple of tough losses. You know, it's been a minute since the deadline when we last recorded, but we're just going to focus on the last couple games. You know, we blew one in LA, rallied back against Phoenix. That brought us into Portland, where we lost 135 to 118. That game was pretty handedly over after Portland outscored us 49 to 22 in the third quarter, Lucas. The Sixers having trouble in the third quarter is not a new development, of course. This was a game without Joel Embiid, who missed the next game as well with right knee soreness. That's just awesome stuff. We love that. But a pretty embarrassing loss on the road in Portland against a below 500 team. A good below 500 team, I guess.
Well, okay, they're only below 500 because Drew Holiday missed like a third of the season.
Maybe. Yeah, look, Toumani Camara hit 8 threes. That's not a normal thing. Denny Avdija had 26-8 assists, 10 rebounds.
That is a normal thing.
7 and 3 with 4 blocks for Donovan Clingan, 13 for Drew, 15 for our old friend Jeremy Grant. On Philly side of things, 30 points for Tyrese to lead the way, 19 for Kelly, 11 for VJ on 3 of 13 shooting, not his best night. 4 turnovers to 3 assists for VJ as well. 12 points for Trendon Watford, had kind of a nice-ish game, scoring-wise at least. 12 off the bench for Justin Edwards. 10 for Marjon Beauchamp, who we hadn't really seen much of beforehand, so that was a nice little bonus towards the end there. Mm-hmm. But what were your takeaways from this game, Lucas?
That we are now historically the worst third-quarter team in NBA history.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure I saw the stats recently. I don't know if it was after this game or another game, but yeah, the stats say that we're the worst third-quarter team.
It's kind of weird to be 6 games above 500 if you're the worst third-quarter team ever.
Just statistically, man. And look, we might be one of the better fourth-quarter teams, but
sure.
That being said, I meant an all-time, not just this season. But look, no Joel Embiid this game.
No Barlow, too.
No Barlow.
Be clear.
So you're missing 2 out of basically your whole entire front court.
Seems like there's maybe an illness of some kind that's been kind of popping around these last few games. Hopefully,
yeah, Barlow's sick. Joel was knee. It doesn't sound serious, but it sounds like he'll be out for at least a week or so. That being said, I think the more concerning fact is that we had 18 minutes of Kyle Lowry. Now, I'm not saying that he played bad or anything. He had 6 points on pretty solid shooting, stealing a block, but
no Quentin Grimes and
no Quentin Grimes.
Look where we are. Who could have predicted it?
Who could have predicted that if we trade away 2 of our guards, that we would have to rely on a 40-year-old for actual minutes?
Look, man, he was a +9 in this game in 18 minutes. I think, saying, yeah. One of the best.
I don't think this really matters. I mean, Marjon Beauchamp was a +12 in 20 minutes. So he
played well. What can you say?
What can
10, 4, and 4 with 3 steals in 20 minutes. Pretty darn good.
Look, he played well. Sad day for Jeanne Broom, though. He's been struggling in the G League outside.
+10 in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm not going to hear it.
0 points.
I don't care. It's not about the box score. Okay.
You just literally made it about the box score, okay?
It's about your impact on winning, okay?
We lost by what, like almost 20 points?
We
like
didn't lose
17?
Broom's minutes, though, okay?
Okay, they were playing their backups, right? They were playing, Yang Hansen.
Yeah, you know what? Young Hansen, -8 in his 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
1 rebound, 1 turnover, 2 points on pretty bad shooting.
Janai would never. Okay. Yeah, we don't really have to focus too much on these games because there's not much to say other than the Sixers without Joel Embiid are an extremely vulnerable team. Without Paul George, of course. Without Barlow and Grimes, you're missing 4 of your
which is weird.
7 playable guys.
Yeah. Which is weird because like we were able to hold it together at the beginning of the season. But it feels like we're becoming more and more Joel dependent again as the season has gone on.
Well, I mean, we were missing more than just Joel in
that's fair.
These games. Fair. And I think the Paul George injury is an impact, obviously. And our depth is kind of shoddy. It has been all year. We really could have added a couple of pieces at the deadline. That would have been nice.
What do you mean? There's still Lonzo Ball, right?
But yeah, like Lonzo Ball, future Sixer. Let's go. Let's manifest, I guess.
If he was actually healthy, I would love it, but he's not.
My guy is shooting 30% from the field this year.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, like Chris Middleton, I'm open to. DeMar DeRozan, I'm open to.
Well, those guys have to get bought out first.
Of course. I'm just saying. The buyout market is not going to be that great this year. I do not think DeMar DeRozan is actually getting bought out. All right.
I mean, if he does, yes, obviously.
But yeah, we would accept you here, DeMar. All right, Lucas, 138-89 in the following game. That was a loss to the Knicks at home. New York kind of blew us out in the first half, and then they kind of blew us out in the second half. And we lost by pretty much 50 points.
We only lost by 3 points in the third quarter, though.
That's right. So no Joel, obviously. No Quentin Grimes. Barlow was back for this game. He was fine-ish, I guess, as much as one can be fine in a loss like this. 32 for Tyrese on 9 of 21 from the field. 14 points on 16 shots for VJ. Again, he kind of struggling with his efficiency there. Not much at all from the bench. Our leading scorer was Marjan Beauchamp with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 turnovers in 16 minutes. Hit 2 threes. Not going to complain. I think he's throwing some nice things. But Charles Bassey and Janai Broom both got some run in this game. Newcomer Dalen Terry, who we haven't talked about yet, who got waived after being kind of ping-ponged around on deadline day. Mm-hmm. Former Bull. Sure, I'm interested to see what he can do, I guess. What were your takeaways from this 49-point loss, Lucas? Anything we can learn?
That Dumbona should never be starting. No, this is just a bad center matchup if Joel's not playing for the Sixers. Either, Drummond's going to be stretched off the floor by Cat, or Bona's going to be, out-muscled and out-rebounded by Mitchell. Look, Barlow was back. Barlow actually had a pretty decent game outside the plus-minus score there. Maxey struggled. I know he had 32 points, but not the most efficient 32 points there. VJ's been struggling the last, handful of games too. Marjan, he was a former first-round pick, so there's I have hope there for him. Dalen Terry, I don't.
That's fair. I would like to point out that Jose Alvarado had 26 points and hit 8 threes. He was very cheaply acquired at the trade deadline by the Knicks to fill in for Deuce McBride, who got hurt, to give them some guard depth. I'm not saying that's something the Sixers could have done, but it is totally something the Sixers could have done. I would freaking love Jose Alvarado in Philly, personally, but now he's a Knick, and I'm obligated to hate him. He had 5 steals in this game and 4 assists as well. 8 of 13 from 3. All his shot attempts were 3-point attempts. That is like a slight outlier, but also what are we doing? Why? That was in 19 minutes, by the way. Just to, it was frankly
he
awesome.
Basically won the game himself.
Good for
Because
him.
like Jalen Brunson arguably had his worst game of the season, 8 points.
Yeah, look, we
minutes.
lost by 49 in a game that Brunson had 8 points. That's all you really need to know.
Yeah,
That's
and Mikal Bridges took
rough.
this game personally because Brett Brown screwed that one up again.
Yeah, Mo Diawara had 14 points and 5 boards for them off the bench. If you were like, who is that?
How you say his last name? I have no idea.
Again, that says something. Yeah. So Lucas, I think we're gonna stop talking about these games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move us on.
Shame. Shame on everybody.
Yeah, look, guys, I promise this episode gets better. Again, stick around for our conversation on the game. All right, let's talk about some Sixers comments going around the internet. Lucas, Daryl Morey, close after deadline day at his press conference, said that he is confident that he sold high on Jared McCain. Is there a world in which he is correct? Do you believe him whatsoever?
Yeah, man. No. I don't think so. Jared has looked pretty darn good in OKC in a limited role. I think he's shooting 50% from 3 so far since getting there, and 50% from the field. By the way, should note that Isaiah Joe has been on a roll since reuniting with another former Sixer as well. No, we done messed up, Ron. We have done messed up.
Yeah, look, 9.3 points on 45% shooting, 43% from 3. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, half a steal, 1.5 turnovers, and 18.5 minutes since going to OKC. Mm-hmm. Look, he's like not doing anything super special, but he looks good. He's regaining confidence in his leg. That's something we talked about, so stay tuned. Again, I'm going to plug it again. But yeah, look, is there like some baseline like numbers and algorithms like, is this more than we should have gotten for Jared McCain based on the season he's had and his total body of work? If you block out all the like locker room benefits and perceived upside, sure.
If you take away the perceived upside and the locker, if you just look statistically, we got more than we expected.
This was probably the most they could have gotten right now for him. I think OKC went out of their way to pounce on a guy that they liked because they have so many draft picks that they have nothing better to do. I think that is a fair assessment. Do I think Jared McCain will be worth more than a late first-round pick and a few second-round picks in a year or two? I think so. I know OKC's guard depth is off the charts, and maybe he struggles to kind of form a consistent role there, but I have a feeling it's going to work out. He's very smart, very skilled. His talents really fit well with that team. I think they'll help him a lot. So, yeah, I think this is a bit of a... It'd
be crazy if Jared McCain got a championship before Joel, just saying.
I mean, it's going to happen probably. Yeah, look, I also think this is a little tone deaf. Like Daryl, who needs to fight this perception that he just does not care about players on a human level, to be like, oh, I think we sold high on our beloved fan favorite who we sold for pennies on the dollar. Actually, like Daryl needs to maybe be a little bit more careful with how he phrases things and not go around talking about how he like maxed out the value. And
there is no perception about this, Chris. He doesn't see players as people. He sees them as assets.
I know. I would like him to try a little harder, but
I think this is the most we're going to get. He's not getting any younger, Look, from a pure statistical standpoint, yes, Daryl probably got as much as you would think. If you just put Jared McCain's stats up compared to like another random players that has similar stats, if you got rid of the name, just looked at the stats, you would say, yeah, for a late first round pick and a couple of seconds, solid value. But it's not just that simple. It's not. Basketball is never that simple. And This is the type of thing that's going to cost Daryl Morey. And I said in the last episode, Nick Nurse, their jobs, because this was a Nick Nurse trade. Nick Nurse did not want Jared McCain. Okay? It's been clear pretty much from the beginning. Nick Nurse has been fighting to keep McCain off the court as much as possible.
It's a fair point. Side note, did you see that diss track?
Diss track?
Yeah, McCain. There's a great diss track that dropped on social media today. Let's see
I'm
if I
gonna
can
have
find
to
it.
check that out.
All
Been
right,
pretty busy
I'll
today.
just read one quote to you. I generally agree with what my editor Alicia De Artola told me, which is athletes need to be told not to release music because it makes you look cringe. But here's a lyric. We better not run into Philly, because if we do, SHIT going to get sticky. I can't believe they gave me up. It's cool. I'm going to show them what's up. That is a thing that is on the internet now.
I
So,
mean, to be fair,
quite right. So good on him, I guess. I found it very amusing, personally.
yeah, I mean
No ill will towards
look,
my guy.
there haven't been that many former or current NBA players that have been good in music since Leangelo being like the rare exception, but was he really an NBA player? That's a whole different conversation, right?
Yeah, like James has some. James sounds
Dame's
fine.
okay, but like
This one
I mean,
sounded fine. I'm not an expert. My opinion carries no weight here,
no,
but
that's fair.
it
No, it is a
sounded
little
fine.
cringy though.
You
That's
should
that's
listen.
fair.
It's worth a listen, I would say.
Oh, well, yeah. You send me the link afterwards.
Okay, I will. All right, Lucas. In a slightly more positive note, VJ Edgecombe said that he believes the Sixers, if they're healthy, are the quote team to beat in the East this season. How do we feel about that sort of statement right now?
If anything, with it just feels like the energy has been zapped out of this roster. It does not feel like it's gonna. Uh, no, we're not. There's Detroit, who I still think should be the favorite. Um, I can't count out the Knicks or the Cavs because I do kind of like what the Cavs have done. I kind of like James Harden on the Cavs. Uh, yeah, no, and like, I mean, I don't, I'm not worried about Toronto, but like, there's Boston, which by the way, Jason Tatum is doing real practice 5-on-5 with the G League. I suspect you'll probably get back at some time in March. And if by the way, your least favorite player might be a top 5 finish in MVP this year because of all the injuries.
Look, I have no ill will towards Jaylen Brown, but he's not. He's the 10th best All Star starter. Okay, like what are we even doing here? That's
He
my.
got a team. Well, okay. Let me ask you this: Boston's success, is it Jaylen Brown or is it Joe Mazzulla?
It's Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla is a maniac.
Yeah,
I love it.
I
WV.
hate it. I think it's awful.
You would love it if it was in Philly.
Oh, so you love the Celtics? Is what you're saying?
No, no,
Can I get you on record for that?
no,
I'm
no.
gonna clip
I
that.
deny any and all facts saying that I love the Celtics.
Lucas
I
Johnson,
just
Joe
like
Mazzulla
West
is awesome.
Virginia.
I love it. Quote end quote. All right. Yeah, I tend to agree. I do not think we are the team to beat. Is there a world in which it could get to that point before the end of the season? If we're healthy, sure, maybe. I
If
think we would be in the mix for
we
sure.
would be in the mix, I wouldn't put us as a prohibitive favorite. This like us being favored is Paul George coming back, not missing a beat. Joel being healthy, obviously. VJ not hitting the second rookie wall that he is currently hitting because he's hitting a second rookie wall right now.
Yeah,
Maxi has like slowed down in the months of January and February. I don't know if you noticed that, but statistically he has slowed down a little bit. Which
well, he
to be
played the most
fair,
minutes in the NBA.
yeah, whose
Only this
fault is
was
that?
avoidable. Good thing
Yeah,
we beefed up our guard depth.
yeah. So I mean, so those guys plus like Kelly and Barlow doing their things and like Drummond and Bona like not being the worst versions of themselves, but the best versions of themselves. Tell me that they're not being the worst versions of themselves right now. They are.
Yeah, look, it's tough without Joel. They're never going to look like their best versions when they're stretched that thin. But, um, yeah, look, I
Um,
think people need to realize that Detroit is like one game behind OKC in the standings right now. They're 40-13. Detroit is like really good guys. We should probably respect them more as like the obvious front runner.
it's crazy that we said, "Oh, they need MC Michael Porter Jr." I don't think they do to win the East.
Look, man, I mean, one of the most dominant lineups in the NBA this season includes Tobias Harris. So that's just the way things are shaking
That's
out
just
for
like the
us.
biggest slap in the face to us, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, look, you're right. Tatum could come back for Boston. That's very much in the cards. The Knicks are a toss-up, but I think they have the kind of the momentum now. Cleveland has won 5 straight. Jared Allen is like on a monster run now that James is there.
Throwing
I
him
think
lobs.
Cleveland is very talented. There's a world in which they are like maybe the next best team behind Detroit when all is said and done. So yeah, I would put us pretty firmly behind the top 4. I think we can beat Toronto in a series.
Yeah, I can.
I'm not
I
worried about
look, and I
Toronto.
wouldn't. I wouldn't rule. I know that the last 2 games against the Knicks were bad, but we've also won. We split the series with the Knicks so far.
Yeah,
But
look, we can beat the Knicks at full strength. We
I
can beat
think
the
we can
Celtics.
be. Well, I don't know about Boston. I have to see what Tatum looks like.
Look, if we remove all past history from our mind, on paper we can beat Boston. It is
Because
a
it's not like
favorable
Vooch
matchup for
or
Joel.
Nikita can guard Joel. They can't.
Yeah, so in theory we can beat Boston. It will never
We
happen,
just
of course,
can't
but
really beat Detroit. And honestly, I think
I think
Toronto gives us a
Cleveland.
harder series than I think we give them credit for.
I just don't trust the Raptors to score enough
That,
points.
that that's fair.
Maybe.
That's fair. We could probably it'd be a grind out series that's probably going to go at least 5 or 6 games though.
Yeah, with this team, it's never going to be quick and easy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to think. I'm not worried about Orlando
yeah. None
though.
of the teams below us are
I
really.
do. And side note, I think it's time to experiment with Paulo at center for Orlando.
No,
He's
no. They
6'10",
need to defend
250
people.
pounds.
He's not a good defender. It's not going to work.
I think
It's not
if
going
you
to
give
happen.
him an off season to work on it, I would like to at least
It's not.
experiment
He
with it.
doesn't have the motor, the instincts as a shot blocker. It's not going to work.
Well,
No.
you don't have to be a shot blocker to start at center, but okay,
You
fine.
really kind of do nowadays, but sure. He's not really even a floor spacer. I mean, it's tough. um,
I just trying to think of ways to have like a 5-man lineup of Black, Suggs, Desmond, Franz, and him.
I mean, you could try it. I don't think it would be very effective. Orlando
'Cause
really needs some more shooting, honestly.
I just really like
Brutal.
Anthony Black in the starting lineup for them. But okay,
Yeah, that's fair.
getting
I
off
like
track.
Anthony Black. All right, Lucas. I think we are on the same page. Philly is like maybe the 5th most likely team to win the East.
Maybe.
With all due respect to VJ, it could improve. They have a chance. There's a
Look,
path.
if VJ
not-
and Paul George play to their top peaks, then yeah.
The issue is that the path is it's murkier now than it was like 2 weeks ago, which is the whole problem with this trade deadline. Is they didn't do anything, and now I'm glad we get this All-Star break right around the time that Joel is having a bit of knee soreness, so we can kind of reset and get everyone right. But it just doesn't feel great, like you said. I do think the Jared trade kind of took a toll on some folks. We'll see how it looks after the break, but let's hit the transition button here, Lucas.
Whoosh.
And let's talk about Bleacher Report's 2025 NBA redraft. It's definitely not too early to be doing this.
Totally not too early.
It's very fun. It's a good exercise. I've been thinking I might try to write one myself. All right, let's just go through the top 10 here, and then we can dive in a little deeper. They have Dallas taking Cooper Flag. Shocker.
Yeah.
They have the Spurs taking Con Knippel at 2.
That's
the Sixers
not shocking.
taking VJ Edgecombe at 3.
Okay.
Charlotte taking Dylan Harper at 4. Utah taking Cedric Coward at 5. Washington taking Ace Bailey at 6. New Orleans taking Derek Queen at 7. Brooklyn taking Yegor Dioman at 8. Toronto taking Trey Johnson at 9. And Phoenix taking Jeremiah Fears at 10. So there's some, let's ignore the 5 through 10 range real quick. Do we think
I
VJ
definitely want
falls
to talk
to
about
3?
it.
Hypothetically, does VJ still fall to 3?
I still think that, I still think Cooper goes 1. Really, it's
No doubt. Yeah.
I think it's Dallas at 2, right? Like, does Dallas want to have an uber athletic,
San
high
Antonio.
upside? Huh?
San Antonio at 2.
San Antonio, sorry, yeah. San Antonio wants to have a high upside, or do they need a floor spacer? They kind of need a floor spacer.
They do.
I think, and we said that consistently, Khan has had the best rookie season. Now, you can say that Cooper's come on strong as of late, and that's fair.
I think that's kind of flipping. I think Cooper's about to run away with things.
You think so?
I mean, he had like 4 straight 35-point games. I think
That's
he's
fair.
figuring it out.
Yeah, but Khan is still really. I mean, I think for what the Spurs need, Khan makes more sense for them. I still think that VJ has the higher upside, but I think for what the Spurs need, which is more floor spacing, I think Khan would still be the pick. So I think VJ still would be their 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's really a long-term versus short-term debate. I think Khan definitely helps them more this season than VJ would. Like they really do need the shooting. VJ kind of gets lost in the backcourt the way that Dylan Harper has, though he's probably a little bit further along as things sit. I don't think they would entirely rule out Dylan Harper either, who it's like way too early to close the book on. I think he's going to be a very good player still.
It's just tricky when you have an already established all-star point guard, and I get it.
Yeah.
Steph Castle can't shoot, but he's still really good at everything else.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be an element of that with Harper, but it's just going to be harder to break through in San Antonio with other guards who aren't.
I just feel like either Castle or Harper are going to be gone, or arguably maybe both. I think you can play Castle more easily next to Fox because Castle's defense is just so much better than Harper's right now.
I think it's early. I think in the offseason, if Harper can kind of have a better second half, there could be some interesting, like, do we trade Fox now conversations?
They just got Fox an all-star. I doubt it.
He's an injury replacement. I
get that, but like at the same token, like they just gave him all this money. Like, I know you can look into a Fox trade if
Memphis gave Jaren Jackson $200 million.
That's also fair. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think any of those. I think if the right deal comes along, any of those 3 guys could be on the market, right? So
yeah,
it could be either way on that. So I don't know, but yeah, VJ's still there at 3. I think we still take VJ at 3. I don't even think it's a question at this point.
I agree. Now, if it's hypothetically between VJ and Khan, let's say the Spurs still take Dylan Harper, do you pick Khan or do you roll with VJ?
I kind of like the athleticism and long-term outlook. I agree. Of this. Yeah, I like Khan, and Khan does fill a major need of ours. And it's not like VJ's a bad shooter this year. He's actually pretty solid. I like VJ and Tyrese's long-term outlook more than Khan's and Tyrese's.
I agree. I'm at the point where I would pretty comfortably take
Though I will say highest upside for Khan Knuppel right now, which is pretty high upside, is like a better playmaking version of Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I don't know. They're different kinds of shooters, but I can see where you're coming from. All right, Lucas. 5, Cedric Coward.
I don't hate it. It's fine.
Sure. I'm a little dubious, but sure. Ace Bailey at 6.
Well, hang on. Before, can we just go back to Charlotte? Because we didn't even mention, like, I think we need to start thinking about Charlotte as a contender in the East, like a dark horse contender. And if Dylan Harper goes there instead, you probably end up trading LaMelo. And do they go on this run? Probably not.
Yeah, no. I mean, I again want to, like, make it clear that I still think Dylan Harper will be a very good player. Khan is obviously much further along on the curve right now, which is totally fine. Harper's a younger point guard. It happens. But, yeah, I don't think Harper is, like, the wrong pick. He's definitely the right pick there in this hypothetical world. But you're right that Charlotte is probably not having the season that they're having right now. I think Harper and LaMelo honestly fit together pretty well. I don't think that necessarily demands a trade. It probably means they don't trade for Kobe White, but I do think it probably slows their ascent down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
so you were talking about 6 with we already Cedric Howard to the Jazz is completely fine. That's fine.
I really don't agree. Actually, I look. Derek Queen is obviously number 5. I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
You give up. So you're giving up on Walker Kessler and just going. If you're Utah?
I don't care. You're taking the best player available, and you're not trading for Jaren Jackson, maybe. But
Well, no, you can still trade for Jaren Jackson, and actually that helps Queen defensively.
yeah, I mean, but so does Kessler. Kessler helps more, I think.
Okay, do you play Queen at... Okay, let's just break this down. Is Queen a long-term 4 or 5?
I think I don't know. It's probably a 5 in a perfect world.
I think he's a 5.
Utah specifically shouldn't take him at 5. That's fine. Then it's like
Utah. I mean, he's the 5th best player, but Utah should not take him at 5. No.
Sure. In that case, it can be Colin Murray-Boyles or whoever.
Well, actually, I had him at 6.
Yeah, Colin Murray-Boyles should be in the top 10. To be clear.
Yeah. They messed up on that one.
And Jeremiah Fears. I'm taking both of them before Ace Bailey. I just am.
Yeah, Ace should not be. I think Cedric Coward at 5 is fine. I like putting Colin Murray-Boyles next to Alex Sarr. That's a defensive dynamic. They complement each other offensively. And yeah, no. I get the idea of Ace Bailey, but Ace Bailey has yet to live up to that expectation. And no.
Ace has had some good moments. I don't want to dunk on Ace too much. He's probably a top 10 guy still.
And Pelicans can still take Derek Queen at 7. That's fine.
Yeah. Look, Trey Johnson at 9 is whatever at this point.
I mean, Trey's fun. He's fine.
He's very fun. He's always going to be fun, but...
What about Demon at 8? Does that feel right? It doesn't feel right to me.
No, it's not. Gilman should be 30th.
15th or something.
That's fine.
I don't know.
I had him in the 30s on my board.
Trey Johnson to the Nets, that could have been interesting, maybe. Or, Ace Bailey to the Nets. That's what they need. Actually, no, they already have Michael Porter Jr. They don't need another.
They're not going to keep him forever. That's not going to work. I think the Nets should take Colin Murray-Boyles or Jeremiah Fears in this.
I think Fears, actually, yeah, I would like Fears there. And I have Boyles going 6 in this redraft. Queen 7, Fears 8, 9, Trey Johnson because they need shooters. Actually, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, Trey Johnson. I wouldn't hate Fears there, but I think it's fine that he's going to the Nets. 10, they have Fears going there. Mal you watch. I'm a little concerned. Long-term outlook. He's not getting a lot of playing time.
Yeah, and he's a rookie. He was never going to play that much. It's okay. Keep the faith. Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I Noah Asenge is done for the year. He's played 2 minutes. Chicago's, he's hurt. I would still take him somewhere in the lottery here. I still believe. You got to remember to be patient with some of these guys.
Yeah. Well, I do want to do around the NBA at the end here because I do have some thoughts, but we can go to All-Star if you're ready.
Alrighty. Let's do some quick All-Star predictions here, Lucas.
Totally.
Let's start with the 3-point contest tomorrow. The participants are, drumroll please, Devin Booker, Con Knippel, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis Jr., and Norman Powell. Who's going to win?
So, to stay on brand with the Sixers sense, I am saying that Tyrese Maxey wins the 3-point contest. To stay on brand and not to get fined.
He's not going to win. We can't have nice things, Lucas. I feel like Dame is
That's kind of weird that they have him in
Dame
there,
is
but
really
I guess he can
good
stand and shoot.
Contest.
Yo, what if he re-tears his Achilles while shooting? That would be...
He's not going to do that. I'm picking Dame. Why not? Good for him.
I mean, if I'm being objective and not a Sixers fan, I would say Con because the vibes feel good there.
I agree.
But to stay on brand and not to get fined, I'm saying the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey.
All right, Lucas. The AT&T Slam Dunk Contest this year.
Ooh.
This is a wild line. It's Carter Bryant, San Antonio Spurs rookie. Very good athlete.
Yeah.
It's Jackson Hayes, who recently assaulted the Wizards mascot.
Yeah. On brand.
Kashad Johnson of the Miami Heat,
Who?
and Jace Richardson. So it's basically 3 rookies in Jackson Hayes.
So here's my thing. NBA players actively reached out to Matt McClung saying, "We will not do it if you are in there."
Well,
That
he's
is
not
the
in there, and no
weakest
one did it.
sauce that I have ever heard. If you are afraid to lose to somebody because you don't want to participate because you're going to lose, guys, the whole point of competition is that there's a chance that you could lose. And if you're worried about a G League guy who, granted, I do think deserves a shot in the NBA, but a G League guy outbound, like, come on, guys.
I mean, he objectively would. He's much better than everyone else.
That's why, yeah. Look, I mean,
he would beat all of them.
Oh, he would. He would. But, like, everybody else is cowards. Everybody else are cowards. I'm calling them out. NBA players are cowards in the slam dunk contest.
Everything's a PR
Ban the slam dunk contest for 5 years. Let's see what happens.
I just need to pick a winner, Lucas.
Do I have to?
Yes.
I'll go with the legacy pick with Jace Richardson.
Okay. I think small guards do well in this setting. I will also ride with Jace Richardson, though it was admittedly somewhat...
Because outside of Dwight Howard, no center has really looked good doing this.
All right. Yeah, Jackson Hayes can
yeah, him assaulting
I will enjoy watching that.
Sadly, him assaulting the mascot is not the first time he has assaulted somebody. So
yeah, not a good guy. All right, All-Star Game MVP, Lucas. I'll read off the rosters real quick.
Yeah.
The U.S. Stars team is Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey, with J.B. Bickerstaff as their head coach. The USA Stripes team is Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Donovan Mitchell. Steph is hurt. Mitch Johnson of the Spurs will coach them. Team World is Deni Avdija, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Norman Powell, Alperen Şengün, Pascal Siakam, and Karl Anthony Towns, and Victor Wembanyama. Giannis is hurt, won't play. Darko Rajakovic of the Raptors will coach them. Of all those teams that will play some sort of 3-team tournament that I don't care to explain, who will win the MVP award?
Denny.
Okay, sure.
I think Denny or who was on the Stripes team again? There was a name that stuck out to me.
Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson.
Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's going to take it personally. He's taking everything personally this year. It's either going to be Brown or Avdija, okay?
No.
Okay, it's going to be one of those two.
No. It's going to be Tyrese Maxey. All right.
I mean, that would be the correct thing to say not to get fined.
I'm 100% serious. It's going to be Tyrese. All right.
There are a few things around the NBA.
All right. Yep, around the NBA. What do you want to talk about?
First off, Paolo needs to play center. I'll say that again. Paolo needs to play center. I'm not wild by Wendell. And nobody else, yeah. Or honestly, Biazza should be starting. Okay? If you're... okay.
Sure.
Number 2. Ousmane Dieng. Where the heck did that come from? I thought you were washed. I thought you were never good. Proving me wrong in Milwaukee.
It's the most predictable thing ever. Is like Philly could have had him for free in the Jared deal.
Yeah, but
didn't want him. Send him to wherever. He's in Milwaukee now. Gets cut. He just wasn't playing in OKC because they have 15 good players.
And he's a ball dominant guy.
He is what we need too. He's a long forward who's like can play some defense. Like, why would we not just take him back instead of signing Patrick Baldwin Jr. to a 10-day contract or whatever? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Another miss from my guy Daryl. I don't even know if he's actually good. This could just be a one-off, but not at least taking the shot when you're not going to do anything else.
He's had like 2 or 3 good games with the Bucks, and
why
Cam
not?
Thomas is starting to look like a rotational 6-man. Like, what the heck?
I mean, I know why not. It's to duck the tax and to get as much money off the books as possible, but it's so bad. I'm just upset, but whatever.
Daryl Morey, your days are numbered.
Ousmane Dieng. Good for him. Yeah, he looked good.
Yabusele playing starting center for the Bulls.
Yeah,
That was not on my
awesome.
bingo card this
Good
year,
for
that's for
him.
sure. He is kind of a center, isn't he?
You know what?
Okay.
All the former Sixers are thriving. I love it. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared looks good, like we said
Scoot
in
Henderson
OKC.
has finally made his debut. He actually looks pretty good this season, except for the turnovers. But like, I kind of like what I'm seeing from Scoot, but I need to see more, obviously.
Yeah. I'm a proponent of Scoot Henderson. I've not sold all my stock, is what I'll say.
I'm hopeful for the young fella. He just needs a chance. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
don't know if he's gonna stick around very long. Obviously, you got Dame coming back next year. This could
yeah,
be his last rodeo, so to
if
speak.
Dame is Dame, we'll see.
They're paying him enough to pretend
Do
he's
you
still
think
Dame.
Thiago Splinter is going to be back as the head coach next year, or do you think they'll go somewhere else? Because obviously, even if Chauncey's proven innocent, they're not bringing him back.
No, Thiago's a much better coach. Yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah. Look, I like Scoot Henderson too. I don't really have much to add here.
Okay,
Around the
I just
NBA.
had those thoughts that I've been thinking about for the
Yeah.
last week plus.
Shout out to Jeremy Sohan, who is now a member of the New York Knicks. I'm
Is it
sure that'll
really a
be
shout out, or is
incredibly.
that boo? You could have came to Philly
It's so annoying. He's gonna be just another guy who I don't
because
like.
he's like a better version of like Dominic Barlow in theory.
Yeah, he's not even that good right now, but he's just gonna be annoying, and that's
Yeah,
what it is. I don't even know if I wanted him in Philly. Like he really can't shoot, but
I mean
neither
neither
can
can
Dom, I
Barlow.
guess. It would have been worth a shot if we were doing
That's right.
anything, but
Yeah, it just
we're
feels
not.
like Daryl Morey's just trying. Like I don't know, and I is it really Daryl Morey or is it Josh Harris that we need to blame? I don't know.
Both.
Both, yeah. Josh,
Yeah.
and you're getting public funding to build your new Commander Stadium. You don't need to be ducking the tax like this. Come on now. Commanders have the fifth
Yeah.
most cap space in the NFL.
And
Why are you pinching
no,
pennies?
no NBA owner needs to deduct the tax. They do it because they want to save money. They're stingy and selfish. But okay. Do you have anything else, Lucas? Before
No,
we,
I'm done.
all
I'll
right.
get frustrated. I'll get more frustrated than I need to at this point. And
Well,
it's late.
on this very positive note, we are gonna kick it over to my conversation with Jared McCain. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and stay tuned. And we'll talk to you soon.
Deuces, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Jared. How are you?
Hello. Good. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm Christopher Kline with Fansided.com. Really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know it's been a wild couple of weeks for you, but you're at All Star
Yeah.
Weekend right now with Panini. Do you mind sharing what you're doing with Panini?
Yeah. I mean, with Panini, it's kind of funny. I've been with them. Feels like a really long time now, but I guess it's been since college, but it seems longer than it is. But yeah, I'm just really proud to be with them. Being able to be on a card is a dream come true. It's one of those things where you collect them as a kid. I used to collect them with my brother, and to now see myself on it, it's one of those full circle moments that really like can make your life.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely collected a lot growing up myself.
Yeah.
Do you have an OKC card yet? Is that something you're
I don't.
excited?
I
No?
don't have one yet. I am very excited to see it in those colors and that uniform with the number 3 too. Big fan of the number change. So I'm hyped to see one.
Yeah, what was the inspiration behind the number change?
Really? So there wasn't too many options.
Sure.
But there was it was like 13, 30, and I was gonna choose 30 because of Steph Curry, of course.
Yeah.
But then I decided to go with 3, just a single digit number. I feel like it looks good. My brother used to wear number 3 when he was younger too, so paying homage to him as well.
Nice, and you're a 3-point shooter. I think it's fitting.
Yeah, right.
Um, so let's talk about the trade a little bit. I mean, it's kind of you're going to the reigning champs. I know you've played with a lot of very talented players already in Philly, especially in the backcourt. You know, you had Tyrese. who's kind of coming into his stardom. Kyle Lowry, who's been around a long time, won a championship. Now you're in OKC with Shea, who's the reigning MVP. Is there anything you're hoping to learn from him?
I mean, pretty much everything. He's one of those guys where I really love his process and how he goes about things. So just kind of watching what he does every day, how he plays, how he prepares. Really interested in seeing his mindset too. Just being able to ask him questions, being the MVP is going to be huge for me. So I'm just excited to learn and get to know him.
What would you say the biggest difference has been so far between playing in Philly and playing OKC? I know it's a pretty distinct kind of offense that they run there. A lot of drive and kick actions, a lot of guys who can kind of handle the ball and do multiple things. What has that experience been like for you?
Yeah, it's been really cool just to play with different kinds of players and different offense, of course. Being able to play with like Hart and Chet and Jay Will, being able to make those passes in those tight areas through back cuts, through drives. It's been really beneficial, and I think that's why it helps shooters and helps me and like Isaiah Joe and Wiggs coming off and shooting the three off the dribble handoffs.
Yeah. What's the experience been like so far in OK? Have you been able to explore the city at all? Have you gotten acclimated? I know it's probably been a kind of
Not really, no. I got
crazy.
there for I think 2 days, and then we left on a road trip, and then now I came right back here for All Stars. So haven't done too much exploring. Still got to find a place to live,
Yeah.
but it seems like great vibes. The team and the organization has been nothing but welcoming and amazing to me. So I'm grateful to be in my new spot and get to learn the city a bit more.
Have you gotten any like tips from the guys on the team? Anything you're really looking forward to kind of checking out there?
I haven't talked too much about what to do, what there is to do out there, what the vibes are in terms of what they do as a team or anything. So I'll probably find out soon, but we'll see. It seems like just a chill environment. So we'll see.
Well, this has kind of been an interesting season for you. Obviously, you had that kind of big breakout as a rookie. You were, I would say, the pretty clear front runner for Rookie of the Year before you got hurt. You've battled through the knee injury, the wrist stuff this year. Do you feel like you're at 100% now, or at least kind of getting closer to where you were last year?
Yeah, I think it's definitely still a build up. Like there's still things with my knee that like just playing in back to backs or playing in 4 games in however many days. It's definitely knee can get sore and getting that strength back. It's gonna take more time. So I feel like my body like it can move. It can move great, and I feel like I'm
Yeah.
still in a great spot right now. But there's always room for improvement, especially just the whole left side of my body. Just trying to improve everything in terms of mobility and tightness and just trying to improve my body. So it's still going to take time, but we're getting there, and I'm excited and hopeful for my progress.
Nice. So, what was your reaction in the moment? I think I saw that you were on the plane, right? When the news broke, is that right?
Yeah, we were on the bus.
The
We
bus,
were, we
okay.
were we were all on the bus. We were heading back to LA. Back to LA from San Francisco, going to the airport, and then about like 5 minutes into the bus ride, I get a call from the GM, and they traded me, and
Yeah.
I went to tell Tyrese, and then it kind of just spread throughout the bus, and then they all thought I was lying at first, and then like it actually came out, and it was definitely a pretty emotional, like it's been a pretty emotional week for me in general. Still kind of in shock of everything, just in terms of what has happened even after they traded me and stuff. So just still in shock, but I think it's a great situation for me. But yeah, that's how I found out. We were going on the plane. I ended up still going on the plane with them back to LA. So I could say some final goodbyes to the staff and teammates.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you said it was a surprise. Was there any indication at all on your end? Did you have any idea that it could happen, or was it just
Not at
completely out
all.
of the blue? Yeah.
Not at all. Not even in the slightest.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say for that probably tracks with most Sixer fans. um, yeah, look,
I'm
I've
right there. I'm right there with them. I'm finding out about 10 minutes before they did.
yeah, I mean, look, I've been covering the team for over a decade at this point, an embarrassingly long part of my life. So I feel like I'm obligated to ask this. Is there anything you'd like to say to the Philly fans who are kind of sad to see you go?
Oh man, I mean, it's one of those things where it's the place I was drafted to. Like that's always gonna be a place I go back to and have love for. And I'm just grateful for the fans and embracing me. With all the stuff I do on social media, they still embrace me and saw the effort and energy I put into the game. And just super grateful for the energy they gave back to me. The support throughout my injuries and coming back from injury. It was an amazing time. It was cut short, and we all didn't, or I didn't expect it. Some people didn't expect it, but yeah, I'm still forever grateful for the Sixers fans and anybody out in Philly who's helped me. And just when I walked into the streets, I just felt the love. Me and my best friend would
Yeah,
go walk, and we would just go walking on the streets of the stores. And we lived in the city for the first year, and it was just great vibes. And I'm definitely gonna miss it. And I'm gonna miss the Philly fans, of course. They'll always be family to me whenever I see them out.
awesome. Well, best of luck in OKC, Jared. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you taking the time to do this.
Yeah,
And
of course. Thank you.
I'll let you go. Really appreciate it again,
Perfect.
and enjoy
Appreciate
the
you,
rest of your
man.
night.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, man.